Have you ever made a big purchase, started making monthly payments, and then very quickly regretted that decision? Or have you ever passed over a big purchase that was exciting and looked back in retrospect wondering, could I have afforded that? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you the alibi method, a trick that not only answers the can I afford this question, but also might put some extra money in your pocket. I'm Ben with the YNAB team, and this is Sketchy Advice, money advice that actually flipping works. I left my quarter at home because I'm a millennial and I only have one quarter, so I'm flipping this big flipping YNAB coin instead. And this one actually took 3 takes, so maybe I should be flipping this, I don't know. The alibi method is dead simple. Anybody can do it. All you need is just a little bit of time. Alibi stands for act like I bought it. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna figure out your monthly payment, and then you're just gonna set aside that amount every month for at least a couple months. Unless it's an emergency, you are not allowed to touch that money. You act as if that money is gone, out the window, spent on the thing. The alibi method is especially effective if you are giving every dollar a specific job. Every dollar you have assigned to a specific priority before you spend it. Because then you're not just setting aside an abstract amount of money, you're gonna actually be able to see how buying this thing would pull on your other priorities. What would you be giving up on or cutting back on in order to pay for this thing? If you want to learn more about how to give every dollar a job, you can learn more about that at this video, the most important money video you'll ever watch. That's the title, and I stand by it. And if you want a tool that's going to help you stop second guessing with money and actually align it with the things you care about, you can check out the YNAB app at ynab.com/sketchy. That link gets you a 34-day free trial, and if you go with a subscription, it comes out to like 30 cents a day, which is pretty good considering the average YNABber saves $6,000 extra just in their first year. Sounds like a good deal to me, I don't know. Back to the alibi method. Why does it work? 1, it allows the glamour to fade. We all know the feeling of seeing something and going, I need that, my life will be forever changed. And giving yourself a couple months to not only not buy that thing, but see what it would feel like to be paying for that thing, allows that aura of novelty and this is going to change my life to fade, so you can make a more objective decision. And the other reason is because it actually reverses the psychological trick that payment plans pull on us. Why are payment plans so appealing? It's not just that breaking down the big price makes it look cheaper, even though oftentimes it actually costs more. It's also because you're not the one paying for it. Future you is paying for it. And yeah, technically those are the same person, but we don't think about it that way. Take this study from the University of Chicago, for example. The researchers offered soon-to-be college graduates gift cards as a reward for reading an essay. The essay they had to read was about college graduation. One group read an essay that said college graduation would be an identity-changing event. You are not the same person after college graduation that you were before college graduation. While the other group read an essay that basically said college graduation is important, but you're going to be the same person before and after. In other words, one essay made students think that they would be a very different person after graduation, while the other group was made to think they would be very similar after college graduation. After they read the essay, both groups were offered a choice with their rewards. They could either get $120 right now, or they could get up to $240 a year from now. And the students who were primed to think they would be a very different person a year from now, those students were much more likely to take less money right now, because that money would go to them instead of this stranger. When it comes to money, it's much easier to think that you in the future are going to be happy to cut back on stuff or change your lifestyle because, well, that's not you. That's a stranger. The alibi method forces you in the present to feel the costs that you would be passing on to future you, which means you're just going to make a more rational decision about whether it makes sense to buy this thing. And let me be clear, the purpose of this is not to trick you out of buying things you actually want. If you do the alibi method and you go, you know what? I think it's worth the cost, then get the thing. You're just going to be doing that with more confidence that the benefits are going to outweigh the costs. But if you do the alibi method for a few months and then realize, you know, I don't think I actually do want to buy this thing. Well, what's all this? Oh, you just set aside a bunch of money that you can now use for whatever you want or need. It's literally a win-win. Either you get to buy something you want with more confidence and less regret, or you just stashed a bunch of money away that you can spend on something you really do want. That's what we at YNAB call a spendful decision. It's knowing yourself, knowing what you want, and spending accordingly without being plagued by second guessing or regret. And hey, if you'd like to make big cool purchases without needing a payment plan, then you can check out our video on the wish farm, a super simple technique that has helped thousands of people get the big stuff on their wish list without making a single darn monthly payment. And that's it for me. Now get out there and make some spendful flipping choices.